Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I hope this is light enough for us all. I have it's kind of getting dark early these days, which kind of sucks. But anyways, I want to start to talk to you guys a little bit more specifically about weight loss on a plant-based diet. And the first thing I want to say about this is sometimes there's like a stigma around, well, shouldn't focus on weight loss or, just focus on being healthy and weight loss will be a side effect and whatnot. But I mean, I think there's a time and a place for all different perspectives, right? But what's true about me is I like to know how things work. And I think that we all deserve to know how things work. And weight loss is just another one of those pieces of the puzzle of health that is so confusing for so many people. And since the information is available to us, and this is like a real desire that many women have, right? I know for me, when I first got into health, it was like I was already doing all the exercise stuff and nothing was changing. So like light bulb, hello, like maybe I should look at what I'm eating, right? And that was my first introduction to the power that food is and that it has on really regulating the processes of our body to create a different outcome, right? A different result. And then specifically later, like in the past 2 years since I had DASH, like, because if you get to a point in your body where you have like a certain weight, it's sort of just the way it is. It's kind of just normal. And it's not like you have to work hard to keep it there. And so there's no way that I would have gained like 30 plus pounds in my normal life if I wasn't pregnant, right? So I got to learn a lot of things about coming down the scale after having a baby, which it's like, all these fundamental things about health, they're true for weight loss too. So I just want to really pull this forward and emphasize these points for you guys, because if this is something you're struggling with, then we need to work through it, right? We need to know how it works because you deserve to have it, right? You deserve to be healthy and to be able to lose extra weight that's not supposed to be there, right? And so we want to look at this and we want to approach this from a healthy mindset and from a way of working in integrity with the body. So this is not about doing weird, crazy things to make our body lose weight. It's like we're going to understand our body. We're going to understand food. We're going to understand how food uniquely works to turn on the systems of the body, to let the body do the work to release the extra weight. And so that's what it is, right? It's the same thing with how I was like so dead set on figuring out how fertility worked, because when I didn't know, I was powerless. And when I learned, I had the power, so I did the things, and then I had a baby. Simple. And I say this all the time, but like it's so complex and miraculous, but also it's so simple at the same time, at least the part that we need to do, that we need to help the body with. Okay. So I'm going to start a 2-week course. I guess it's a course or it's like a live class specifically for plant-based weight loss for women who want to see the scale shift, because maybe you're frustrated that you just don't get what's going on, or you're stuck. It feels like things are stagnant, or it doesn't really matter what has been happening, because this is always the way, okay? Working with your body in its natural form and understanding it gives you so much clarity and so much confidence, right? And that's like the through line that I want you guys to have for any aspect of your health that you desire to change, is when you know how something works, you just are like, oh, it's like that. Okay, I can do that. And then you don't feel worked up about it. And when you don't have like high emotions about something, it's just like, oh, that's the way it is. and we don't need to make it a big deal, and we can just like get what we want. Okay. Very like matter of fact, like I like to say. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that at the end. But today I want to talk to you about how it's not how much food or I guess calories you could say that you consume that is making the difference, that's making you hold on to weight or not, or be able to release it easily or not, but it's what you're eating. And it always will be. So this is how we have to understand everything related to like health. Okay. And so again, just to reiterate, we're going to approach weight loss through the eyes of a healthy, naturally flowing body that's working well, then weight loss will happen. Okay. So maybe I'm going to add in another subject right here because it's so like important. So your body won't release weight, and I'm just going to say lose weight. And I know a lot of people are like, don't say the word lose because then your subconscious mind will go find it. But like, I know what I mean by that. And so if you know what I mean by that, then feel free to use the word lose weight, or you can say release weight if you want to. Okay. I'm very aware of like all of this stuff. So, but just lose weight, right? So your body won't just lose weight for you if there's other things that are more important for it to be doing for you before weight loss. And here's what that means. So I'll tell you the story. So we went to Arizona. Was it last week? I think like last week or so, my husband and I, and we didn't take the boys. So it was like a true vacation where you got to sleep. And this morning, he works out usually every morning and like does like an elliptical or Peloton bike or treadmill. And then we have a infrared sauna. So he like does something and he's all sweaty and whatever. And he came upstairs and he's like really proud of himself because he's like, I lost 3 pounds this week. And I was like, oh, that's because we were on vacation last week. And so what I meant by that was maybe he was eating differently, or like we ate out every night because like there was no kitchen in our resort room. And you know, like you maybe like drink more or just eat not as well. And he said something like, well, I usually lose weight when I go on vacation with you, which is true because like we don't change who we are when we go on vacation. Like I don't all of a sudden become a person who doesn't exercise or like changes what I eat. Like that's not who I am. So anyways, he made some comment because he's in his 40s, right? Like just like me, he's a little older than me, but he made some comment like, well, I can tell my metabolism is slowing down. And I have another video on this, but I'm not sure if it's on my YouTube channel or if it's on Facebook, but maybe I'll upload it for you guys too, but just all about metabolism. But metabolism, he's like, my metabolism is slowing down. And I was like, well, do you want to know what that's really about? And now I've learned like to ask because like, I don't want to just be a know-it-all, even though I am, like I do know it all about this. And anyways, I told him, there's no, metabolism is not the thing, you guys. Like it's not your problem. It is not your problem. And I don't want to say you have a problem, but like the thing that needs to be addressed here is your liver. And so metabolism is just a word that means like you're using energy daily in human body processes. And weight loss is going to come from a liver that has the energetic capacity to work on weight loss for you, which means your liver has enough time, energy, and space to help you clear extra stored toxins, which are stored as fat or in fat, and help you to fully eliminate them, okay? So this is going to bring us back to the point of this video, which is it's not how much you eat, it's actually what you eat. And so remember this, every single food, every single ingredient that comes into your body has to deal with it. It has to do something with it. And so if you start to look at the choices that you make with your diet as, does this work in my body naturally, or does it not work in my body naturally? That's like the first question. So if it's a real whole food, if it's a real basic, like this food is the whole food, like celery is celery, apples are apples. I don't know what, I can't think of any food. Zucchini is a zucchini, but like saltine crackers, they are just like a blend of random things and refined white flour, right? So when you can start by just looking at, okay, this is why whole foods work the best. Like any diets you see out there, the ones that actually work are the ones where the people find the way to put the most real whole foods into their body over a consistent period of time. And I'm going to get into more detail about like which foods actually help you the most, but that has to be the truth, right? So if we know that our weight loss is really depending on how healthy is our liver, then we want to know like, well, what foods are going to be the ones that make the liver happy and make it have more energy to do its jobs, because it has all these jobs, right? And it's not like your liver only works on your weight loss. And it's doing all these things every single day. It's getting rid of hormones, and it's getting it's storing glucose as glycogen, and it's cleansing. It's like our major elimination organ, and it has to deal with our emotions, and it stores emotions, and there's all these layers to it. But we have to remember that the body is always working for you, for us, and it loves us. So it's not going to allow us to be hurt. It's not going to prioritize something like weight loss, because weight loss isn't necessarily life-threatening, okay? So come back to this point that the extra weight is really an excess amount of toxic load in the body. And so we hear this word thrown around all the time, right? You guys, like, oh, it's toxins and do a cleanse, but like toxins are poison. Toxins are no joke. They are harmful. They don't belong in our bodies. Literally, they're damaging. They hurt our bodies. They harm our cells. They break down tissue. They clog our organs. And so they can't be there. Like the body isn't going to thrive, and it's not going to have this ease and flow and just work really efficiently for you if you have too many toxins stored in your body. And the body can only have so much toxic load circulating through the blood at any given time, right? And so if that level gets to be too much or too high, that's unsafe, right? It's like active toxins being circulated all through your body systemically. That's no good. And so your body's like, okay, well, crap, I've got to focus and prioritize on getting this girl's toxic load down. So we got to do something with them. So what are we going to do? Well, it's going to shunt them off and store them either in organs, or like create basically fat pockets. And a lot of times it goes either around the abdominal area or around our hips and around our thighs as women. But you want to see that right now if you have extra weight on your body that's like really pissing you off, and you're like, geez, Louise, like I can't stand this anymore, and I'm trying so hard. Or maybe you're not trying hard, but you still can't stand it. But it's saving your life. Okay, so your body is taking care of you. And I really love to focus on this idea. It's not an idea, it's the truth. But when we can stop fighting against our own bodies and fighting against ourselves and saying things like, something's wrong with me, and this is hard, and this doesn't work. Well, what if that's not true? Okay, because that's not. Your body is always working. It's always doing the best it can with what it has. So what it has is the stuff you give it every day. It's everything you eat from morning until night, everything you drink from morning until night. It's everything you put on your skin from morning until night. It's environment you go into from morning till night and how those environments make you feel, or you allow them to make you feel, right? Because you're always in charge of how you feel. It's the thoughts that you let be floating through your mind on nonstop every single day. And so those are the inputs. And so that's what it has to work with, right? And so what if nothing is wrong? What if this isn't actually hard, but we need to shift some things and we need to make it more aligned for our body to put weight loss as a higher up priority, because it wants to do this for you. It's not like, oh, haha, I'm just gonna like hold on to weight to make you mad. It doesn't do that. Like, that would be so dumb. So it's about the liver. So you could restrict your diet, like cut your calories, just, I don't know, whatever you're doing, like to think that less is more, or like less food equals skinny or weight loss. It isn't that. And in fact, that is long-term damaging, because that's long-term damaging to the like constant needed nutrient and energy supply that your body needs to run, right? You run on energy, you run on mostly carbohydrates. That means fruits and vegetables have to be incoming all the time for like you to have the best thriving, healthy, vibrant body. And starvation or less, I want you to think about this. I just told you that the key to weight loss is a healthy liver. So how does eating less food help your liver? Does it? Does it help your liver? It only helps your liver if that less amount of food that you're consuming are the foods that harm the liver, or the foods that slow down the liver, or the foods that stagnate the liver. And so what are some of those foods? If you know, put it in the comments, but like a big one is alcohol. But also any food that feeds bugs in the body, like viruses, bacteria, parasites, all of those foods, the no-list foods, those are the foods that are actually getting in the way of your weight loss goals, because it's like a divergence of energy, okay? I hope this makes sense to you guys. So I told you, like, your liver has like all these jobs to do. Weight loss is a job, but it's not a priority job, because your livelihood and you being alive and you being functional, that's more important. And thank God it's more important. So these viruses, bacteria, they can live anywhere in the body. They can be dormant, they can be active. But one thing they need to thrive, to stay alive, or to not die off is certain foods. They eat these certain foods like eggs, these certain foods like corn, these certain foods like gluten and dairy and canola oil and soy. And so if your diet change reflects that you have cut out, let's say, dairy and eggs and gluten, then yes, you are helping your liver and therefore helping your overall weight loss goal. But let's say you cut those out, but you still eat like really high protein or high fat or a lot of processed foods, then you're still feeding into the problem that's blocking the weight loss, okay? So it has to be like this bigger picture understanding of how the whole system works versus like, I'm just going to cut my calories. Like, that doesn't make any logical sense, okay? So because you're going to be moving through your life all day long, you have a certain required energy like intake. So you have to eat. And especially when we start to look at weight loss, it's mostly the liver, right? But it's also like the health of your adrenal glands. You can't burn your adrenal glands out and then expect weight loss to be easy, because then you're going to have increased cortisol and increased stress hormones, and those are acidic. And so that makes the body not primed for weight loss either. So you literally have to have enough energy to make this consistent and to allow the elimination process to fully like move forward and flow through. So it's really looking at your body as, how do I support you? How can I support this So all of the tissues and cells and organs, and especially my liver, have what they need. Like, I just want to give them what they need versus take stuff away and I'm not exactly sure if it's working or not, and I just feel hungry and angry all the time, right? So if that's going on for you, there needs to be a shift in understanding that really you can't eat too much of the foods that help your body because they're mostly plants, okay? So that's like loads of fruits and vegetables, right? If you're building every meal out of those foods, it's really hard to overeat like a bowl of carrots, or it's really hard to overeat like a big salad, or I don't know, fruit. Maybe it's easier to overeat fruit, but still, I like to think about those type of foods coming into my body. Well, they're mostly made of water. They're full of nutrients, vitamins, minerals, magical agents of change. I like to think about them. They only do good. So I see all plants as only pure positive energy foods. They don't harm me. Like, it's like taking medicine without a negative side effect, because food is medicine, but it doesn't harm us. The right foods don't harm us. They only help us heal. And so, like, that's my take on it, is I can't mess it up, you know? Like, when I'm eating foods that my body craves, like it innately and organically craves these foods because it wants to be able to do all of its jobs, then how could that be wrong? So it's never about quantity, right? And especially if the foods that I'm eating through the day are helping my liver to do a better job at cleansing and helping my liver to have that adequate glucose supply, which it stores as glycogen. We want to have that stored glycogen in the liver. We want to have excess energy there. We want to have the liver have the fuel from food to be able to do all of its jobs, so then it can definitely also do the job of helping you to lose weight. Okay, so that's really the point. It's about ingredients. It's about foods that feed pathogens, feed bugs, or are toxic in themselves, have chemicals and additives and preservatives in themselves. So those are the ones that we have to address. And when you start to take those out, you're automatically lessening the burden on the whole body, and therefore creating space so that your body can help you with your goal of releasing weight. And it's actually for your health, right, to release weight, because it's releasing toxins. And we don't want to have extra toxins in our body or in our cells. It's unsafe, right? Long term, it's very unsafe because that fat can move up around our vital organs. And also, it's just not easy on the body either to carry extra weight on our joints or anything. So you can do it, and you deserve to be able to do it. And it's actually a health focus to be able to clean your body out in a safe way, with the correct diet, with the correct foods, and to be able to make it your own, and to know, like, here's all these like tools, and here's all these aspects of a healthy diet and a healthy lifestyle that are going to influence weight loss, and here's how and here's why. And then you just know the things, and then you feel empowered, and you get to play with them and do the ones that are going to have the biggest impact and influence in your specific situation, depending on what you're eating now, what you're doing now, what you're thinking and believing now. And then you don't have to worry about this anymore. Like, these answers are not going to change. There's not going to be a time where a new diet comes out that you're going to need to do. Like, this is forever. This is it. That's it. Okay. So I will have a couple more videos for you guys in the next coming days, because I'm going to keep talking about the Tip the Scales sessions class. So it's starting November 10th, which is a Wednesday, and it's going to go 2 weeks of trainings with me, and then there'll be an extra week of implementation. So you're actually going to be doing this stuff. You're going to be making the changes throughout the whole first 2 weeks while I like teach you more specifically how to maneuver it and answer any of your questions. So I really want to be able to speak to this for women who desire to lose weight in a healthy way and to like gain the certainty and control about it from a place of love. So if you're interested in it, you can go to my website. I don't have the specific sales page up, but it is listed under my group courses tab right now. So I'll try to get that up ASAP, or you can like message me on Instagram if you want to sign up at the link. So I do have the link. Okay. All right. So I hope this helped you guys, and I'll talk to you very soon. And just remember, it's not about restriction. It's about literally what's going in your body every single day. Okay. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.